Hello, and welcome to Amy's Opinions. I'm here today with the love of my life, my husband Lawrence. Say hi.
Hello.
And we are going to ask you guys to help us settle the great chicken debate. So, a few years ago, in a moment of weakness and trying to impress my mother in law, I told my husband he could get chickens. Bear in mind, I am very terrified of birds. I find birds evil, terrifying, just they freak the heck out of me. I do not like birds. And I let my husband get 5. And their names are Brownie, Mother Clucker, T Rex, Little Pecker, and Sir Peeps a lot. All female hens, but that's what I named them. So we had these birds since they were little baby chicks. And Brownie got eaten by a hawk. T Rex was killed by 2 of our dogs. And we're down to 3 chickens. Now, in my opinion, chickens are messy and dirty. They're all over the backyard. I can't go out and enjoy my backyard anymore because of these birds. They poop everywhere and they lay their eggs everywhere. So I'm not a big fan of having backyard chickens. Lawrence?
I like the chickens. I enjoy them. They lay eggs. I enjoy eating their eggs, and they're just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I get that you like eating their eggs, but have you ever seen where their eggs come from?
Yeah.
Have you ever sat in the morning drinking your cup of coffee, watching one of your birds, like I did, get up on the barbecue grill, look you straight in the eye, lift a leg, scream, and lay an egg?
No, that's unique to you, babes.
Not only that, but they keep jumping on your barbecue grill to lay their eggs like they're ready to be cooked.
I can't help it if they're dumb.
Now, personally, I don't like the fresh eggs. I know where they come from. They're dirty in the yard. I see them come out of the birds' butts. I like my eggs to come from the land of the supermarket. White eggs with pretty stamps that taste a little stale, because that's what I grew up with. But I prefer that than eating my chickens, periods, because that's all an egg is a chicken, period. Right?
No.
Okay, changed my mind. What's the benefit of having chickens?
Entertainment and eggs.
What entertainment do you get from having chickens?
Clearly, you just told an entertaining story about having chickens.
Those stupid birds chase me around the yard. They follow me wherever I go when I'm out there.
Yes, because they want you to give them treats.
But I don't give them treats. Remember the time I bought them that seed log trying to make friends with the chickens? And they ignored it?
Yeah, for all of maybe a half a day.
That's the last time I'm buying them treats.
Go out there with some mealworms. They'll be your best friend.
I'm not touching worms. Gross.
Mealworms.
Again, worms. Gross.
Yeah, what?
What is really the benefit from having a chicken? Or in our case, 3, because they're not laying eggs like they used to.
No, they're not, because they're getting old, and we should probably think about replacing them.
And what are we going to do with the old ones?
Let them live their best chicken life. Or you can kill them and eat them.
I'm not killing our birds. They have names.
That you gave them.
Look, Mother Clucker is evil.
I don't mind keeping them and just letting them live out the rest of their lives. That's perfectly fine. But if they're not laying eggs, get new chickens.
Can't even enjoy our backyard, honey.
Well, then let's build an actual legit chicken coop so they're not in a tiny enclosed area.
So you're saying it'd be better for everyone if we had a bigger chicken coop
Yep.
instead of just screening in our back porch and not letting them on our porch?
Yep.
Are there any other benefits to having chickens?
Bug control.
I have not noticed a lot of bug control, have you?
For the creepy crawlers along the ground, yeah. The only thing they really don't mess with is ants, but everything else they take care of.
Okay. What about the chasing of the Amy? Because they do. I swear to God,
Well,
those birds are
you
evil.
asked about entertainment, and let's just say that's pretty entertaining.
For you.
Deal?
So, in your opinion, chickens are good.
I like them. I don't see what the issue is with them.
Would you have anything else in our backyard?
If we had a bigger backyard, yeah,
What would you
absolutely.
what would you do?
I'd do a pig, I'd do maybe even a cow, but we don't have near enough acreage for that.
Okay, and what would be the benefits of a pig and a cow?
Bacon, hamburgers.
Again, I would name those animals because I like giving things names.
Well, then you just have a cow to be a cow.
No,
And then you sell it to market.
I would want to eat a different cow, not one that I raised.
Yeah, if you sell it to market, you'll never know it.
Your mom tells this story of your aunt and uncle having a sheep, right?
It was they had all kinds of animals. They had cows, they had pigs, they had sheep, they had everything.
But this sheep was one of their dog's best friends. They palled around, and when they killed the sheep, the dog grieved.
Yeah, that
So
happens.
we have dogs. Wouldn't they bond with the
No,
animals?
because their dogs are spoiled and they live inside. They're not outside dogs.
They're not spoiled. They're just accustomed to the finer things of life.
Yeah, being inside the house with the air conditioning in the summer and the heater in the winter.
What? They're little dogs. I mean, Ty is the Newfoundland, and he doesn't like the winter or the water.
He kind of does for like 5 minutes at a time.
But he likes to chase chickens.
Yeah, but he's learned.
Has he, though?
He has. Even Mikey's learned. He'll
Again,
still chase after him, but he doesn't follow him to ground. He watches them fly and then he leaves them alone.
what about the fact that they're scratching holes in my backyard?
Yeah, chickens are diggers. That I didn't expect, but what are you going to do?
Hmm.
Again, put in a bigger pen. It takes care of it, keeps them in the pen.
So there's no budget. In your opinion, chickens are wonderful.
I wouldn't say wonderful, and they're not right for everybody, but I enjoy having them.
But we're married, so it's supposed to be what I enjoy, right?
Again, get a bigger pen, and you can do all the stuff that you're griping about.
Fair enough. What about gardens? We haven't done a good garden in years. Do you prefer fresh produce that you grow versus produce you get in the store?
I do prefer fresh produce. Our problem is that our produce doesn't last till harvest and it all goes away and it dies off prior to.
Okay.
Whether that's because I really don't know what I'm doing or when I have to go somewhere, nobody takes care of the garden, everything dies.
Well, we're kind of busy. We've always lived a busy lifestyle.
Sure. Again, if it's not getting taken care of, what's the point in doing all the work to put it in if it's just going to die off before you have a chance to reap what you've sowed?
Okay. So for right now, in your opinion, gardens are a no-go for our lifestyle. But chickens are.
Yeah, you feed chickens and they're good to go for at least 5 to 7 days, sometimes depending on the size of your feeders and the amount of chickens that you've got. They take care of themselves. All you have to do is make sure that they have food and water, and we're never gone for super long stretches, so that's always a feasible plan.
Okay. Now, what if I drank my wine and I said, yeah, Lawrence, go buy some more chicks.
I would do it.
But wouldn't the established three birds harm those chicks?
Well, sure, we'd have to keep them separated until they got a little bit older, but we've got the small chicken coop right now, which is fine for them sleeping in at night, but I wouldn't keep them in it long term. But it's big enough that you could have a new batch of chicks in it until they get more mature and then integrate them with the bigger ones.
Now, how big would you say our backyard is?
Uh, it's quite big. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's about 100 by 100 feet.
Okay, so could that sustain 5 more birds because when you buy chicks from the store, you have to buy 5 at a time.
Yeah, it most definitely can.
With the 4 dogs that we have.
Yes. And we'd have room left over for a backyard railway. Put in a back garden train.
Garden train. Explain that thought to me.
It's just a model train that you build in your backyard. The tracks stay out all the time, and then you run your trains around it for funsies.
Okay, so like what I'm doing here on the computers, my funsies, you'd want to train.
Well, exactly.
Now, would it be big enough for when eventually we have grandchildren they could ride, or is it just model
Oh,
train?
heck no. No. For something like that, you got to have a lot more room.
Okay, but for the model train, how would you keep the dogs and the chickens away from it?
You can elevate it. You can have it either go around the fence at the top of the fence, or you can have a separate section, like build up whatever you want to have an elevated section and have it run around there where the dogs aren't going to get up into it.
Would you do that when we replace our fence that we're planning on doing?
Probably not at the same time because it's fairly costly and it's not something that I would do right away, but we could definitely do some landscaping and change our backyard because right now it's just flat grass.
Okay. Now, here's another question. Back to the chickens. If they get the bird flu, are we going to get it?
No.
Are you sure
Yes.
it's not going to mutate?
Well, then we deserve it.
Well, I hear, that bird flu's, you have to keep your chickens segregated because, it can spread to other animals.
I suppose if we had a flock of 100 chickens, we'd probably run into risk of that. But when you have 3 chickens to 8 chickens, you're probably not really going to have problems with that.
All right, I will make you a deal. If you can find a way of keeping the chickens off my porch so I can go out and sit and have my morning coffee.
All right. We'll go to the hardware store then and pick up stuff to build the pen out bigger.
All right, then I will let you get more chickens as long as I don't have to deal with them.
Have you dealt with them yet?
I've been chased back inside. I've had to go around the chicken poop and stuff that's on my porch and on my stuff.
Inside is really stretching it.
They try to come in the house. I have to keep that door locked so they don't break in.
Again, it's really stretching it.
Look, I get you like to sit out there and those chickens will jump up on that chair and you'll sit there with your chicken.
Best thing is doing homework and having a chicken on the arm of the chair.
Well, once we get a fence built, if we have enough money left over and you build a bigger coop, I'll let you get more chickens.
Oh, thanks.
As long as I get my porch back.
Sure.
Deal?
That's fine.
And you don't expect me to eat the chicken periods. I'll put them in my baked goods.
Have I ever made you eat them?
No, because I...
There you go. You still go to the store and buy chicken eggs when we had fresh chicken eggs at home? So many that you were giving them away?
Well, yeah, other people would eat the eggs.
Literally.
Is it though? I can eat the eggs if they're baked into something. Like I can put them in my cookies, I can put them in my cakes, I can bake them. But to eat a fresh egg,
The best thing ever.
no, because then I keep thinking about that chicken on the barbecue, raising a leg, screaming, and laying the egg.
Sounds like a you problem.
I have flashbacks. I got nightmares from that. And then Mother Clucker chasing me around the yard. And I swear, those chickens like to come and knock on the back door just to get the dogs to bark at them.
I mean, they're chickens. What are you going to do?
If we do get a bigger chicken coop, are we going to put like one of those xylophones in it for kids so they can entertain themselves? I've seen YouTube videos.
You mean where they lay the egg and it goes down a trough over it, or what are you talking about?
Like you nail a little kid's xylophone and they peck at it and make noises.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, if you want to give them entertainment, I don't care. As long as there's room in the pen.
Well, you said they provide entertainment, so can they provide musical
I've
entertainment?
always enjoyed them.
Even when you've had to go behind the privacy fence to get them when they jumped over the fence?
Sure. Because they were our chickens and our responsibilities. Why would I just go, oh, it jumped over the fence, see ya?
Because it was Mother Clucker.
Our chickens are very sweet chickens. They don't peck you, they don't claw you, they don't do anything like that. They follow you around and want food.
Yeah, but they harass the dogs when the dogs are inside. They'll go and peck on the doors.
Yeah, but our dogs deserve it.
Do they, though?
Yeah,
I would say a dog is a pet and part of the family. I would say chickens is livestock
exactly.
and not part of the family.
And they shouldn't be named. If you're naming them, you're the one accepting them as pets.
I was just trying to figure them apart.
I'm surprised you didn't put numbers on them.
No, that's for kids.
Oh.
Remember when the kids were
No,
little?
I mean go out with like a Sharpie or spray paint and put a number on them so you could tell them apart.
No, but I would like to get the superhero arms that you put around chickens and watch them fight. I think, well, not fight, but you know what I mean.
When it comes down to it, you enjoy them for entertainment too.
You won't let me get those arms. I wanted to order some the other day, and you said no, we're not doing that to the chickens. That's mean.
Because you'd have to catch them and they don't like being caught.
They come to you.
Yeah, when I walk towards their coop to refill their food.
I have looked out that window, and when you're around, they follow you all around that yard. They just make a single line behind you.
Yes, they do, because I take care of them. I give them food and water and everything else they need.
Would you get the same type of chickens, or would you get different types?
I wouldn't mind getting different types. I just wouldn't want to get mean chickens.
What about a rooster? Would you ever want a rooster?
You want a whole bunch of chickens
Nope.
and an early wake up?
Nope.
Then I would hold off on roosters.
Okay, I'm just checking. So, from what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, you'd much rather have larger land, more land,
Yeah.
and have a miniature farm.
If I could, I would love to do that. But I'd have to have somebody who knew what the heck they were doing, because let's face it, I don't.
Okay. Neither do I. And I like to get my stuff from the grocery store.
But yes, I would still like to have enough land to have a little farm on it and actually learn how to grow stuff and raise animals and things like that.
Okay. So, your opinions on chickens, because we're going to wrap this up because there's not a lot to talk about. I'm going to let you guys know this is called Amy's Opinions, and I'm going to kind of stand by my opinion. But because you're my loving husband, I'll let you go first. What are your opinions on chickens?
If you've got the room for them and you've got the patience to take care of them and you actually don't mind birds, they're great. They're not going to be a cat or a dog, obviously, but they're still entertaining. They kind of serve a purpose where, yes, they do lay eggs up to a certain point, but it a lot of people will keep chickens until they are done laying eggs, and when they stop laying eggs, they'll butcher them, and then they got dinner that night too. So there is a purpose with chickens.
And you actually prefer the taste of fresh eggs over store-bought eggs?
Quite honestly, I can't tell a huge difference between our chicken eggs and the store-bought chicken eggs, taste-wise. There are some farm eggs that I've had that do have a different taste to them, and it's not a bad taste at all. It's just more flavor. It's not quite as bland as what you'd get out of the grocery store.
Have you ever served me their eggs without me knowing?
A couple of times, yes.
Did I find out?
Nope.
So as long as I don't know where the eggs come from, I guess I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be a short one, guys, because it's just my husband and I BSing. And I just want to do something fun. So in my opinion, if you like chickens, get the chickens. If your wife is terrified of birds, find a way of keeping the birds separate from your wife so that way she can enjoy her yard too. Just saying. And as long as your wife doesn't have to deal with them or watch a bird lay an egg on a barbecue grill while she's trying to have her morning coffee, I'm sure it'll be fine. So my personal opinion, I wouldn't do chickens because I'm terrified of birds. I'm got some phobia there. I don't know why. I don't know where. I had a parakeet growing up. Was afraid of that bird. Definitely afraid of chickens, which sounds stupid because I'm a lot bigger than the bird. But I don't like them. My husband does. So we compromise. And this is one of the ways we compromise. I don't like it. You're supposed to keep me happy. And what does he do? Quietly. Nope, we're going to do what I like to. We're not just going to make it all about you. And that's how we work things out. So, my personal opinion on Amy's opinions: do whatever makes you happy. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.